Hey everybody, you're watching Om Sweet Om on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Hey everybody, I'm yoga instructor Alison Schuster. Welcome to Om Sweet Om. Today we're at Sweetwater Farms in Harmony and we're talking to Ben and Suzanne Trew. Hi guys.
Hey.
How are you?
Great.
All right, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Right, Happy New Year. We're going to talk about setting some goals for the new year, and I think one of my goals, one of a lot of people's goals out there, is to eat more healthfully, which brings us to you. You have an amazing shop here, and so what we want to do today is hear the story of this shop, but also talk a little bit about how easy it is to go farm to table, how easy it is to eat healthfully all year round, not just in winter, not just in summer, but the whole year. So let's just start. Ben, tell us how this all got started. We're former teachers.
Right, yes.
Right? We're
I've
former
taught
teachers.
for, including substitute teaching, 11 years. A little bit here at Seneca and a couple other districts around the area, and then we moved out to the central part of the state. While I was teaching out there, I had a friend of mine that had his own farm, and I would help him in the summers and go to farmers markets with him, and that's what kind of started to get this whole thing, our interest in this, growing. So we decided to move back after a couple years, and when we did that, we made the decision to start our own farm. So, and it's just gone from doing a couple farmers markets a year to this past summer we were setting up 6 times a week in different locations to eventually ending up opening the store. So
now we have the store.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been very busy, but it's been a great experience.
Now that's where we all start. We all start with the farmer's market, and we love that in the summer, right?
Yeah.
We go to the market, we love our summer favorites, whatever it is. Maybe it's watermelon, maybe it's peppers, and we look forward to that summer food.
Yep.
But what you guys are doing is bringing it to us the rest of the year with this store.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So since we just opened the store beginning in November, we're still kind of starting to get all of that stuff in place. But we are starting to grow in high tunnels, which are basically like little greenhouses. And then we use some other poly-low tunnels and things like that we can end up growing some of our stuff through wintertime. Now we're a little bit limited right now because of the season and everything, but now that we have the store and we can grow for year-round sales, we are going to be planning for that for the upcoming year. So this is just kind of the start of everything, and we're going to continue to grow and try to improve on that. But right now we're just starting to get some of the high tunnels ready for this early spring. We have a bunch of stuff already seeded and ready to go in the ground here within the next couple weeks. And one of the great things about this is all of the different people that we've had the chance to meet. So between the farmers markets and some of the restaurants and the people in the community that we've had the opportunity to meet and start to work with, it's been a lot easier than I thought it would have been to be able to supply good, fresh food over the whole course of the year. So if we're not growing it ourselves, we're going to one of our friends, one of our other local farms first before we go anywhere else. So we try to keep all of that as close to this store as possible.
And I think it's something we've talked about on the show before, and the idea of knowing where your food comes from.
Exactly.
Right? It makes a big difference. If you know where the food comes from, you know that it's organic, you know that it's safe, you know that it's high quality, but also it's fresh. In other words, if you're buying local, it's not taking very long to get to you and then to my table.
Right. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why you want to go ahead and buy local and support your local. I mean, one, you're keeping your money in your own community and supporting the people that are there to support you. But, exactly like you said, it's not sitting on the truck for, 2 weeks or so.
Right.
And plus you start to consider what's called food miles, like how long it's taken to actually, and the expense and the fuel and everything else that it takes to get food from, you know, other parts of the country or other areas to us here in Western Pennsylvania.
Right, and you also get to enjoy the seasons a little more, because I think you start to see what is in season in winter, what is in season in summer. You get a wide variety of foods, which we're always telling people too, to branch out, try new things, and by following those seasons locally, you do get that variety too.
Oh, absolutely, and it's extremely hard to beat fresh local strawberries or the Chambersburg peaches or those things that people look forward to all season long. I mean,
Right.
it kind of ruins that stuff for the rest of the year whenever it's not in season
When it's
local.
not- yeah.
Yeah.
Although in the wintertime, those microgreens are delicious.
Yes, they are.
That's
and
my
super
fave.
nutritious
yeah,
too.
that's my fave, and they are
So.
super nutritious, and I think people don't realize how easy that is.
Yeah.
Some people say, "Oh, I wish I could eat healthier, but I have to think about it." Right? It's hard for me to. It's really not that hard.
No, it's,
Right.
I mean, when you start adding in things like the microgreens, you know, that's a great way to get just a little bit of fresh nutrition boosted right into on top of your sandwich or mixed into a smoothie or on top of pastas. I mean, really, you can do just about anything with the microgreens. Eat them as a salad all by themselves. I mean,
Right.
it's lots of options there too for good, fresh, nutrient-dense foods.
And this is kind of what you guys are doing, and Suzanne and I talked about this too, is that you're providing it for us. So we don't have to do the hard work.
Right.
We just come in and pick it up. Like I'm that person. I know my producer's here today, and he's the person that's going to make everything from scratch. I'm the person that's going to come in and say, "What you got today?" and make it a little easier. So it's not that hard. I can come in and not only get my produce, but you guys are also offering a lot of other things. Tell us some of the other things that you're offering.
We offer a wide variety of pretty much everything. We try to source kind of a little bit of everything of what somebody's looking for when they go to the store. So we carry Hunter Brothers coffee. We have local pasta from Pasta Forma. We have meat that comes from Sutton Farms, which is all 100% grass-fed, organic, hormone-free. We also get meat from Toma Meats. And then we started working with Santa's Heritage Farms, who has heritage breed pork. So we have everything as far as that goes to pork chops, bacon. It's really delicious, high-quality meat. And then we have local eggs and dairy. We have Marburgers, milk is what we carry, and then we have a couple different kinds of cheeses from Goat Rodeo, Pasture Made. We also carry non-homogenized milk from Pasture Made as well. We just started working with Broadwood Farms. They have 100% organic grass-fed milk as well, which is kind of hard to find. We have Steel City Salts, Tupelo honey tea. So we try to bring in a lot of things too that people are looking for around the city that they don't have to drive to go get. They can come here and have everything. We work with Mediterra and Novel Breads for bread. We just started working with Scratch Kitchen downtown. They have a restaurant, but they are now starting to switch to a little bit of a more retail side. So we are actually partnering them with them this year. We're growing some things that they're pickling for us. So things such as carrots, cabbage, beets. So we're looking forward to that partnership this year. So
It's a collective.
yeah, it really
Right,
is.
right. We're gathering all of these people in one spot.
Right.
Which instead of running all over the city, you can come here and pick up everything you need for dinner.
That's
Right.
the goal.
Which that is what makes it easy, and I think that's when people start to realize how easy it can be to eat healthy. And I know with the pandemic, we're all looking for ways to support local business. We all became a little closer as a community during the pandemic in wanting to support each other, wanting to support local business. So I think we're looking a little closer to home now to make those purchases and realizing the value of that if we didn't realize it before. And this is a great way to support many local businesses.
Yeah, I think we're somewhere, I don't know, I was trying to do the count in my head this morning. We're probably close to 35 local companies that we carry in here that's all probably within 35, 45-minute drive of the store for the vast majority of what we carry. I mean, one of the things that comes from the furthest away is our maple syrup. Like, we tap our own trees. My father-in-law and mother-in-law, they have some land down in West Virginia, so we actually go back in the springtime and help tap trees and cook that syrup down. And that's probably one of the things that's the furthest away from here.
Right.
as far as like the actual drive time and distance from the store.
But most of it is right here.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Most of it's right in the Pittsburgh, like Pittsburgh to Newcastle, basically.
And it's really nice to see that cooperative effort between the growers and all of the local businesses and the restaurants too. You work with a lot of the local restaurants too.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to all of us right now, to see our community thrive, to see us recover from the pandemic in many ways. And not just recover from a business sense, but maybe looking a little bit of what makes us healthier, right? What's going to make us healthier long term. So it's the health of our community, it's the health of our bodies. All of these things factor into this store, which makes it the perfect start to our new year, right?
Yes,
it's
it is.
Perfect start. Now,
Yeah, and honestly, we wouldn't have been able to do this without some of those restaurants and some of the people that are there. I mean, the people that have been in this community are the reason why we've been able to do this, or why we even tried to do this, because it's been great support from some of the people at the local restaurants that have helped us get this started, to the people that come in here and shop every day.
I think there's an excitement about this store because people are like, it's right here. I can just zip in and I can stop on my way home, and all of a sudden we have this available to us. Whereas before we might have had to hunt these products down, and now it's right here in our town.
Right.
I think that's the amazing part. Now I know you guys have a lot of plans for the future. I know this is going to grow and grow. What are some of the things that you want to do as time goes on?
Well, one big thing that we're starting to do this year is we started a small CSA program last year, which is community supported agriculture. It's basically you get your produce box or veggie box every week. It's a 20-week subscription. We are expanding that this year, and we want to take little steps at a time, but we're going to continue to expand that over the next couple years too, and keep taking more and more members on with that. It's a great way for people to get their veggies. We do have some add-ons with like some eggs and honey and things like that too, but the nice thing is it gives you an opportunity to try out some things that you probably wouldn't be able to find in some of the local grocery stores, and you're still getting your money's worth out of it. So, we're giving you enough produce in your box that you're getting what you're paying for plus some. So if we put something in there, like maybe you're not as familiar with like Swiss chard or something like that, or maybe kohlrabi, well, if you don't like it, it's okay. You still end up having, all of the other vegetables that you would normally have.
It's like a surprise party when you get these boxes.
It is.
It totally is. Because you get your box,
Yeah.
and then you've got this surprise, right?
Yeah.
And I like it if there's something in there that I've never seen before, because then I got to look up a recipe and figure out, okay, what am I doing with this? So it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So for those that love the cooking challenge, this is fun.
Yeah.
Right? This is fun.
And we help you out with that a little bit too, because we'll pick a vegetable of the week. So we'll give you a little bit of background information, and we'll throw in a sample recipe of something that we use or that we've done with it before too, because sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what to do with some of those things. But it's fun now after doing this for a little while, we get the repeat customers coming back and doing it again, and we ask for like, what are a couple of your favorites and what are a couple things that you don't like, and we try to substitute some of that stuff around for you. But it's fun to see how that's changed for some of our customers. People that didn't like kohlrabi or didn't know about kohlrabi or Swiss chard, now that's on their favorites list for some of these things that they said they never would have tried had it not been for doing something like this.
And sometimes it's just a lot different trying something fresh.
Right.
When you taste what a fresh vegetable tastes like as opposed to a frozen vegetable, and having that opportunity to try something new.
Absolutely.
Really kind of cool.
Yeah.
What else do you have on the future schedule?
Yeah. Another thing that we're looking at, since we already talked about this a little bit about being former educators ourselves, that's something that's very important to us. So one thing that we are looking forward to doing is we are going to be offering a few classes on some different things, whether that's how to grow microgreens at home, or maybe be able to take a look at like trellising tomatoes, or just some different things for maybe some home gardeners, or even how do you use that buttercup squash that's sitting on the table over there? What do we do with that type of a thing? Because if you get it in your CSA box, or if you just want to try something new, so we're going to be doing a few of those things as well, trying to bring that education part and be able to give back a little bit with the community too with that, to try to maybe help.
Once a teacher, always a teacher.
Always. It never goes away.
You can't stop teaching.
Nope.
It's an addiction, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But I
Yeah.
think that's part of sharing this with everybody.
Absolutely.
And even though you're not in teaching anymore, you're teaching people when they come into the store and ask questions every day. And I
Yeah.
think that's part of this process,
Yeah.
is to be able to invite people in and then educate them on what you have.
Absolutely.
That's part of the process of all of this.
Yeah.
So whether it's kids or grown-ups,
Yep.
right? We all can learn a little
Exactly.
bit more. We can all be a little more healthy and maybe just enjoy food more.
Right.
It's not just about, this checklist. I always tell people it should be about enjoying food together. And again,
Right.
in the past few months, we've found that just sharing a meal together is a big deal.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And making that special and beginning to maybe even cook with your family, with your kids.
Right.
A lot more interested in that because we're home a lot more. Right? So it gives us that opportunity to spend time together, to really have the joy of all that food.
Exactly.
For me, food is a joy.
And it makes it better when you know the story behind it too, and you know where it came from, or who made some of the stuff, whether it's some of batches, jellies, or jams you're putting on your bagels in the morning, or whatever it is. Like, you know where it came from, you know the people that produced it, and it just makes it even more fun and more enjoyable.
Yeah, it definitely does. You're a part of that community when you're eating the food.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to be the person that knows how to grow it or
Right.
knows how to make it. You
Yep.
can be the person that eats it.
Yep.
I'm good with that role, and I'm going to support that role, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, tell us how to get in touch with you, because we know we can come into the store. We better tell people where we are. Where are
Right.
we today?
We're in Creekside Commons. We are right in between Snap Fitness and the physical therapy place. We also have a pretty strong social media following, so you can find us on Instagram or Facebook. Facebook, you can search under Sweetwater Farms, Pennsylvania. Visit our website at www.sweetwaterfarmspa.com. Our store phone number here is 724-473-0357. We're pretty easily reached, whether it's email, sending us a message through Facebook, giving us a call. We're pretty prompt to respond.
Stop in and come and see.
Please come see us.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
tell us about the CSA, because I know you were doing that right now.
Right, yeah. So we just started taking signups for our CSA program. So we do have two options for you. So there's a $18 a week option, there's a $25 a week option. So it's for a full 20 weeks. The $18 a week, you're getting a minimum of $20 to $22 worth of produce. We say that because when we hit like end of August or so, there's usually a surplus, and
Right.
we give that to our CSA customers first. So the $25 a week share, you're getting $27 to $30 worth of produce at a minimum. And we try to keep, if it's a large share, it's usually about 9 to 10 items. And when we say an item, like if we're talking about apples, like that's like 4 or 5 apples usually. And
Right.
so, but we try to keep most of the things in your CSA share is things that you're normally familiar with. Tomatoes, cucumbers. We try to put some type of greens in every single week, whether that's our lettuce mix, salad mix, kale, arugula, spinach. But then we do try, like we kind of talked about, we do try to put something in that's a little bit unique every week, that may be something that's a little bit unfamiliar that you can kind of experiment with a little bit. And that's where we pick that vegetable of the week, and we do the recipe and all of that. And, like she said, we're pretty good about getting back to people when they have questions. So if you ever have any questions about any of the produce or anything like that, you can give us a call and we'll try to help you out with, how to use it or some of the benefits of it and everything like that. So we do have a couple different locations that you can pick up. So we'll be doing a store pickup on Wednesdays. You can get it right here. You can have your box right here. We also go to a couple other farmers markets. So we're still in the process of figuring out which ones, since it's early in the season, and who's going to be opening and on what days. But the Mars Farmers Market on Saturdays is one that we go to from 9 to 12. That's a CSA pickup location. We're also doing the Zilly markets, the two that are there. So the Zilly Farmers Market and the Thursday Open Air Market. And then we started to look into possibly doing Fridays in Cranberry as well. So if we're doing that,
options.
yeah, there's still all kinds of stuff that are on the table as far as what we're planning on doing this year. So Fridays in Cranberry would be an option for a CSA pickup location too. So.
Well, I'm hoping this is going to inspire everybody to start 21 off on a farm to table note.
Yeah.
Right? Supporting
Yeah.
the community. Coming
Absolutely.
in to see you guys.
And just a note too, before our CSA starts in end of May, June, we do offer weekly produce boxes. So we take orders every week up until Friday for pickup in store here on Sunday. Easiest way to do that is visit our website. There's a Square site link on there that you can go on to purchase it, or you can just give us a call and we'll add you to the list to pick up.
And that's happening right now.
That's happening
Yes,
right
we're
now.
doing that every
That's
week.
happening right now.
Every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can start this process tomorrow
Right.
if you want.
And
Yes.
that's a $30 box. It rotates each week as far as what we put in there. And then here soon, we're probably going to start offering a meat box as well. That may be weekly or monthly. So stay tuned on details to come on that as well.
It's coming soon.
Yep.
We're going to be watching. Well, we hope you'll have us back.
Absolutely.
Because I
Anytime.
know when some of these classes happen that we might want to be back here
Yeah.
and seeing what all of Sweetwater Farms has to offer, because I think it's just going to grow from here. So I'm really grateful you had us in today.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And I hope everyone comes in to meet you soon and get some of those recipes. Right?
Absolutely.
Let me know
Absolutely.
which ones are good. Thank you guys. We really appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
And I want you to stay tuned because I'm going to meet you in a moment on the mat. Hey, welcome back. I'm at the Center of Harmony today, and we're going to do a little bit of yoga. We had some time to think about farm to table goodness on our tables. Now I want you to think about a little movement for your body and a little breath for the mind. So we're going to work on some chest openers today. We're going to work on just trying to get the breath matched with that movement. So, our goal this year is really just to keep moving, right? We all want to keep moving forward. So maybe if we can use the breath a little bit to help us to do that, match it to the movement. Not setting, huge New Year's resolutions and expectations and goals. That's great if you have them, but let's try and work on just incorporating movement, right, every day. If we can do that, that's going to help us long term more than we can even possibly imagine. So we're going to combine that good food with a little movement this year, and we got this all wired for 21. All right, what I want you to do is come on down to the mat. I just want you to take a moment in child's pose. So we're going to widen out those knees, maybe bring the toes together, stretch those arms out, just let the head drop. Take a couple of deep breaths right here. Relaxing those hips to the heels. Can you begin to feel the breath? Let it come down through the chest, in and out of the belly. One more. Nice deep breath. And then slowly rise up to our tabletop. So our shoulders are above the wrists, our hips are above the knees. Couple rounds of cat-cow on the inhale. Drop the belly, gaze forward. On the exhale, press into the mat. Round the spine, lifting up. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. Exhale, press into that mat, rounding up. We're just warming up the spine, just matching the breath to that movement. Maybe one more, and then let's bring it to a neutral spine. Put your gaze between those two hands. I begin to draw the belly in. I'm going to engage the legs a little bit. Let's stretch that right leg back, nice and long. And maybe you just tap those toes. Let's just do 5 today. Little 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just starting the movement in the legs. Maybe you come to those left fingertips. Maybe that left arm comes up. Little cat stretch balance. Take a nice deep breath in. See if you can reach it out a little further. Another one. Nice deep breath. Keep reaching. One more. Deep breath in. Take it as far as you can. Now you can hold right here. Or maybe you take that deep breath in and just bring that elbow to the knee. Curl it in. Little core engagement, stretch it out long. Can we bring it in? And then stretch it out long. One more, just follow that breath. Bring it in. and stretch it out long. Now, bring the hand back down. I'm going to cross that right foot over. Plant those toes. Right arm reaches up. Here's that big chest opener. Nice deep breath in. Reach as high as you can. And then slowly bring it back down to our tabletop. Find that neutral spine if you want that little cat-cow breath again. Take that cat-cow breath. Really press away from the mat. Bringing it back to neutral, let's see if we can try the other side. So that left leg goes back. And I want you to really push the foot towards the end of your mat. Now just tap those toes up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch it out nice and long. Now maybe you come up on the right fingertips. Maybe you try for that cat stretch balance. Nice deep breath in. Use that exhale. Can you reach a little farther? Another one. Nice deep breath. Keep reaching. One more. Deep breath in. Take it as far as you can. Now you can hold right here or take that deep breath in and then bring that elbow to the knee. And stretch it out even further. There you go. Inhale. And exhale. That big reach. You've got it. One more. Bring it in. Stretch it out long. That hand comes down. Let's just cross those toes over. And reach it up. Nice little chest opener. Nice deep breath in. And then exhale. Bring it back down, little tabletop. Maybe we press back to that child's pose. Let's widen out again. Reach those arms forward far as you can. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And we're going to follow that breath. I want you to bring it forward. Drop those hips and lift the chest. Follow it back to that child's pose. All the way back. Exhale it out. Now, inhale forward, drop the hips, lift the chest, and exhale. Reaching back. You've got it. Let's try one more. Inhale. Drop those hips, lift the chest, just warming up the lower back, and press it back. Nice child's pose, rising up through that tabletop. Let's come to standing. Right leg comes through, left leg comes up. Now, just take a deep breath in. Nice sun breath in, all the way up. And exhale. Let's swan dive down. Forward fold. Inhale those hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, release, forward fold. Take that nice deep sun breath in, all the way up. Exhale. Bring those hands to heart center. Now let's see if we can match those sun salutations with the breath, right? Part of our movement goal here for 21. Nice deep breath in. I'm going to step that right leg back, crescent lunge. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Arms down alongside, big inhale, all the way up, warrior 1. Exhale, open up, warrior 2, flip the palm. Lean out over your leg, reverse it, take a nice deep breath in, reach. Exhale, step those 2 feet together. Big sun breath in, all the way up. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Let's try the other side. Inhale, left leg steps back. Exhale, release. Arms down alongside. Big inhale, all the way up. Warrior 1. Exhale, open up. Warrior 2. Let's flip the palm. Lean out over your leg. Reverse it. Nice deep breath. And just step those 2 feet to the top of the mat. Big sun breath in. Here's that chest opener again. And swan dive down. Forward fold. Reach for the toes. Just let the body hang. Maybe you nod that head up and down. Maybe you shift those arms from side to side. Then tug the chin to the chest. Just let it rise up one vertebrae at a time. Let's take it a little faster. So matching it with the breath, let's inhale all the way up. Exhale. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, right leg steps back. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Arms down alongside. Big inhale all the way up. Exhale, open up. Let's flip the palm. Lean out over your leg. Reverse it. Nice deep breath. And then exhale, 2 feet together. Big inhale. All the way up. Exhale, heart center. Let's inhale. Left leg steps back. Exhale, release. Arms down alongside. Big inhale all the way up. Exhale, open up. Let's flip the palm. Lean out over your leg. Reverse it. Nice deep breath. And on this one, let's exhale. Let's cartwheel to the mat. Put those 2 feet into plank. I want you to hold that plank. 3 breaths. Nice deep breath in. Use that exhale. Press away. Another one. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Press away. One more deep breath. Exhale. Press away. Let's take it down through Chaturanga. Cobra. Pressing it back, downward facing dog. Gaze between the 2 hands. Step to the top of the mat. Big sun breath. Leave those arms out. Straight out from the shoulders. Nice deep breath. Can you drop the head? Now take that swan dive down and reach for the toes. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins. And exhale, release, chin to chest. Let's rise up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice job. Shaking out the hands, shaking out the feet. I want you to bring it here to the center of your mat. So we're working on those chest openers. Let's see if we can add a little balance challenge with the chest openers today. So we take it out wide. Nice Tadasana pose. Take a deep breath in. See if as you exhale, can you press the feet into the mat. Let that energy rise up. Bring those hands to heart center. Then just switching on to that left foot, I'm going to bring the right foot to the instep and take it into tree. Maybe we take it to the shin. Maybe we take it to the thigh. Doesn't really matter where that foot goes. Let's see if we can just balance a little bit, and we're going to open the chest. Nice deep breath. See if we can lift a little higher. Another one, deep breath. Keep reaching. One more deep breath. Take it as high as you can, and then slowly bring those hands back to heart center. Now just transitioning to a little gentleman squat. Can we take that right leg, cross it over the left, and just sink down into the hips. Now, we can add a little weight. We can reach those arms forward. We can cross the arms. And just see if we can sink the hips a little lower. Couple of nice deep breaths. Now maybe we even reach down for the floor. I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe we reach for the floor. Plant those hands. Little more stretch for that hip. If you want to take it to one-legged pigeon, I won't stop you. Nice deep breath. See if we can use that exhale. One more deep breath. And then slowly begin to rise back up. Maybe you can even keep it here as you rise up. Bring those hands to heart center. Maybe not. Some days it works. Some days it's harder. Nice deep breath. And then exhale. Here's that big forward fold. We reach for the toes. Can you take that little gorilla swing? Back and forth. Can you nod the head up and down? And then slowly rise up, and we're right back to that Tadasana. So we bring it forward. We widen out. Maybe we even drop the head, take that resting breath. Then just bring those hands back to heart center, and let's try the other side. So we shift the weight onto the right foot, left foot to the instep. Maybe those arms go up. Now again, doesn't matter where that foot goes, you decide. Nice deep breath in. Can you lift? Lengthen the spine. Use that exhale. Maybe you reach a little higher. Another one, deep breath. Keep reaching. One more deep breath. Use that exhale. We're going to bring it back to heart center. Let it steady. Then cross it over. Sink those hips down. Nice deep breath in. Now, if you want to add that weight, those arms can come forward. You can cross them. Add a little more weight. See if those hips go down. It's a subtle movement. Maybe it's just 1/4 of an inch more. Another one. Nice deep breath. See where it goes. You can even reach for the floor. Just plant those fingertips. Nice deep breath. And then slowly, let's see if we can let it rise back up. Maybe this side cooperates. There we go. Nice deep breath. And then exhale. There's that forward fold. Reach for the toes and release. Let the top half of the body be heavy. And just allow yourself to shift from side to side. And then slowly rise back up. one vertebrae at a time. So there's that big chest opener with a little bit of a balance challenge. Now we're going to take it down to the mat. Let's try another chest opener, but let's ground ourselves to the mat. So we take our tabletop again. And you can always take that cat-cow breath, right? We started with it for a reason, so we can warm up the spine. Colder weather means we got to move a little more, warm up a little more. And then let's slowly bring ourselves to that wide tabletop. Widen out the hands, widen out the knees. Take that right arm and reach it up to the ceiling. On the exhale, just thread the needle, shoot it through. Now follow it. Inhale, all the way up, press away. Exhale, shoot it through. One more. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, let's release. Now lay the shoulder down, lay that elbow down. Maybe you can extend that left leg nice and long. Press into the toes. Maybe you can let it rise up. Maybe you can take that left arm and just reach it out. Play with that balance. Nice deep breath. And then exhale. Slowly bring it back down. Let's find that tabletop. Widen out. We're going to try the other side. So we inhale that left arm up. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Shoot it through. Inhale. Take it up high. Exhale. Reach it through. One more. Inhale. Take it as high as you can. And exhale. Let's shoot it through. Lay the shoulder down. Lay the elbow down. Maybe that right leg extends. Press into the toes. Maybe that right leg goes up to the ceiling. Maybe that right arm goes out. Nice deep breath. And then bring it back down. Pressing up to our tabletop. Widen out once again. Press back to child's pose. Reach those arms forward as far as you can. So we get this nice stretch in the shoulder blades. Then gently bring that head down. Then we're going to slowly rise back up, planting those hands. Let's see if we can tuck those toes underneath and take it right to our plank pose. Nice deep breath in. So strong plank. We're going to draw the belly in. We're going to reach with the crown of the head forward and maybe even shift forward just a little bit onto those hands. Inhale that right leg up and then bring the knee to nose. Let's set it down in pigeon lunge. Now, pigeon can be a pretty tough pose. So if you feel as though you're rocking from side to side or those hips aren't even, I want you to grab a block and you can put it right under that right hip and you can steady your pigeon pose. If you feel like they're ready to go down a little further, we take the block out. Let's take those hands alongside the thigh. Pressing into either side, I want you to lift with the crown of the head, that nice long spine. Take a deep breath in. Now, on the exhale, maybe you can bend that back leg. Maybe you can reach back for the foot. Maybe we can play with the balance. You can come up on those fingertips. You can reach that arm up. Nice deep breath in. Using that exhale. And then slowly bring it back down. And just walk those hands out. Maybe you stack the fists and let your head rest. Maybe you reach those arms out and let the head come down to the mat. Take a breath here. We just let those hips relax into the mat. Nice deep breath. If you want that chest opener, bring those arms out to either side. Another one, deep breath. Exhale, release. Then just slowly walk it back up. Top of the posture, I'm going to press my hands into the mat so I can step back to that plank pose. Nice strong plank. Again, press into the toes. Draw that belly in. Let's inhale that left leg up, then knee to nose. Set it down in pigeon lunge. Now, that block is there. If you need that block, we're going to put it right under that left thigh. Now, if it feels pretty good, maybe you start out there. Maybe eventually you can take that block out. Let's bring those hands onto either side of the thigh, pressing up. So that nice long spine. Let's come to the top of the posture. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, maybe you bend that back leg. Maybe you reach for the foot. Maybe you come up on those fingertips. Maybe that arm comes up. Let's see if we can take a deep breath here. Just steady it. Another one, nice deep breath. And then exhale. I'm going to walk those hands out. That block is a great resting place for the head. You can always bring the head to the block. Or maybe you stretch those arms out long. Let the head rest on the mat. We always have our nice wide chest opener. We can reach out to either side. Take a nice deep breath. Using that exhale. See if you can release a little further. Then we slowly walk those hands back in, back to the top of the posture. And I'm just going to shift to the side. Bring those legs out in front of you. Now, grabbing on just below the knees. Can you pull yourself up nice and tall? Reaching the arms out. Let's see if we can engage the core a little bit. Maybe it's that slow recline. Maybe those legs come up to 90. Maybe they take that full V. Take a nice deep breath in. Can you hold it right there? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to butterfly those feet. Now you can round that back and just let the head fall towards the heels. Nice deep breath. And then let's exhale. Bring it back to seated. We're going to take it all the way down to the mat. I want you to have that block handy. So we're going to bring the block alongside the mat and then just slowly release ourselves down to the mat. Plant those feet. I want you to windshield wiper those legs back and forth. So we get this nice roll back and forth. I'm gently pressing those knees into the mat, a little bit on each side. Then draw those heels in to where you can almost brush them with the fingertips. Press through the big toe mounds. Let's lift into bridge. Nice deep breath. Maybe we can take it just a little higher. Maybe you take those arms out. That nice chest opener. Deep breath. Using that exhale, we're just going to slowly lower back down. Maybe even take those arms overhead. Nice deep breath, stretch it out long. On the exhale, bring them all the way over and lift the hips. Let's follow it. 2 more breaths. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Bring it over. Push the hips up. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly bring it back down, 1 vertebrae at a time there. And just take the windshield wiper back and forth. Slowly bring it back to center. I want you to cross that right leg over the left. Lifting the left leg to 90, can you put the hands through the hole you've created? Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to lay the head and shoulders down. On the inhale, can you draw that thigh into the chest? Using that right arm just to push the right leg away. Another one, nice deep breath. So notice we're in that same posture almost as pigeon pose. Again, opening the hips. Use the strength of your arms to make it happen. 1 more breath. Nice deep breath. If it feels good to straighten that left leg, we can straighten that left leg and maybe it comes in just a little bit closer. And then exhale. Slowly bring that foot back down to the mat. Now those arms are going to go out nice and wide. Flip the palms up to the ceiling. I'm dropping the right foot over to the left. I'm going to press into that right foot. Pushing that right shoulder blade into the mat. You can even gaze out over that right arm. Nice deep breath. Using that exhale, let's slowly bring it back to center. Pushing the right leg completely over the left. Let's draw those knees into the chest. Now, watch, that neck is going to want to extend. So I just want you to tuck the chin to the chest a little bit. Relax the neck. Maybe you can walk those hands down the shins. Maybe you can find the outsides of the soles of the feet. And I'm drawing the knees into the chest. I'm drawing those feet down towards the floor. Nice deep breath in. Using that exhale. Maybe it comes just a little bit closer. Big stretch down the backs of the legs into the hamstrings. 1 more deep breath. And then exhale. Just let it float back to the mat. We're going to try the other side, crossing that left over the right. Bring that right leg to 90, hands through the hole you've created, interlace the fingers. Head and shoulders relax. Take a deep breath in. And let's see if you can draw that right thigh in. We're going to gently press that left thigh away. Another one, nice deep breath. On each exhale, let's just see if we can bring it a little closer. Real subtle movements. Maybe that right leg extends. Let's take one more. Nice deep breath. On the exhale, bring it just a little bit closer and let that foot just float back down to the mat. Those arms are going out nice and wide. Big open chest, and I'm going to drop that foot over to the right side, pressing into the left foot. Press that left shoulder into the mat. Nice deep breath. Use that exhale. You've got it. One more deep breath. And then slowly bring it back to center. Now, pushing that left leg completely over the right, I'm going to draw those knees into the chest. Maybe it holds right here. Maybe you walk down the shins. Maybe you find the outside edge of the feet. Now those feet are coming down towards the mat. Tuck that chin. Right, we don't want to put stress on the neck. Take another deep breath in. Drawing the knees in. Let's see if we can take one more deep breath. And using that exhale, let it slowly return back to the mat. Those feet press into the mat. And maybe you take that windshield wiper one more time. So we're releasing that lower back just a little bit. Side to side. Now we're going to grab that block. So if you got the block alongside, and you don't really need a block for this, it could also be a blanket or a bolster, you decide. But we're going to lift and put that block right at the small of the back, right? So we get this nice little place to rest, almost a supported bridge. Now maybe you like that. You can take those arms out to either side, great supported pose. Maybe you can take those feet up to the ceiling. We're going to keep those arms out, little bend in the knee. Right? So if we straighten those legs, we get a lot of tension in the legs. We're trying to release that. So maybe we pedal those feet in and out, keep a little bend in the knee. Maybe you take it out wide. Nice straddle. You can bring those hands to the inner thighs and point and flex those feet. Giving you lots of options today. Maybe you bring it back to center and you just let it hang. Maybe it just hangs right there. And you relax those legs. You decide where it's going to be. This can be a great restorative posture. Maybe you take those arms out to either side, close the eyes, and just breathe. If you want to take it up to shoulder stand, you can push those legs up to shoulder stand and just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Now, those legs can go overhead. They can go out to a straddle. You decide where it feels good. Take another deep breath. And we slowly bring it back down, remembering that block is there. And you can pull it out so you can roll back down to the mat. Maybe we take those legs side to side. Our lower back. Little massage for the lower back. Then inhaling those arms overhead. I want you to stretch it out nice and long. So we're going to get as long and as tall as we can on the mat. Nice deep breath in. Then just draw those knees into the chest. Forehead comes to the knees. There's our tight little ball. Let's exhale. Arms go out to either side, dropping those legs over to the left side. Maybe that right leg extends. Again, pressing that right shoulder into the mat. Slowly bringing it back to center. Knees come into the chest, forehead comes to the knees. Exhale. Nice big T, open chest. Drop those legs over to the side. Maybe that left leg extends. Nice deep breath. Bringing it back to center. Knees come into the chest. And we're just going to rock and roll our way up to seated. And you can even take a few rocks back and forth because it's fun. And then we're going to slowly bring it to center and seat it on the mat. So we bring ourselves to a comfortable seated posture. Now, it's the new year and it's winter. So if you've just started your yoga program, you might find when you sit down, you can't get those knees to fall down to the mat. That's where that block comes in handy. Or a blanket or a bolster. Go ahead and sit on that block, blanket, or bolster. It takes you up a little higher. We want to get the hips above those knees so that we can let those knees fall down to the mat. Gives us that nice open chest too if we take those arms out to either side. Now, reaching the arms out, let's take a deep breath in, press them together on that exhale. Just work on filling the lungs. Inhale out and exhale, press. One more. Inhale and exhale, bringing them back. We've got this nice seated posture. We can use that seated posture after yoga just to lead us right into meditation. It's a great meditative posture. So if you're starting a meditation program for the new year, maybe you bring yourself to seated. Maybe you just start out with 5 minutes in meditation. Just close the eyes, focus on the breath, and begin to just relax. And if you can do that just 5 minutes a day, I think it'll make a big difference in your 21. So lots of ways to find a little health and wellness in this episode. We talked about our farm-to-table food. We talked about incorporating a little movement and a little bit of breath. And it's just those small changes that make a big difference. So maybe think about incorporating 1 or 2 into your day. Take those arms out to either side, a nice deep breath in. And we're going to exhale those hands to heart center. And I'm wishing you a happy new year and all the health and prosperity for 21. Find the light within you. Take it out into the world. Namaste.